We are catching this early. This is usually the time where the conversation starts about risk versus reward. So, FFIE may actually be facing an upside in the near term. Let's go ahead and verify exactly what I mean by that. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with an FFIE statistical, raw price action, and technical thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community on Discord called ARCab. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. Okay, so actually this is the second time I'm going to be recording FFIE since the compressor module before my preamp was turned off. So I'm over here repeating myself for the second time. Yay, ARCa! Anyway, let's do this again. Okay, so we are looking at the statistical side of the analysis right over here. So I wanna be able to get right into this right away. So new listeners, new viewers, you are looking at volatility here represented by this indicator BBWP. Volatility is direction neutral. In order for us to gain a bias in direction, we actually pair it with a stochastic oscillator like this one. And this gives us that bias and direction. I have made a back test of historical volatility versus momentum in the 4-hour chart during the entire trading history of FFIE since the, since about July 2021. Okay, so this is, excuse me, guys, my voice is still a little off. My cough is still trying to creep through, but please bear with me if it goes away. Excuse me. Okay, so the statistical metrics came back with some very interesting results. So the criteria to be met for that statistical metric to be given to us or handed to us is actually this. Anytime that we have reached volatility beyond the critical zone, which I consider to be anything above the 90% right over here. So within the 90 percentile, every single time we have made a contraction phase or started a contraction phase, I have taken iteration or note of every iteration of the duration of it, the upside thrust versus the amount of times that both volatility versus momentum have guessed the upside correctly versus incorrectly. Those metrics are these right over here. Out of a total 11 iterations during the entire trading history of FFIE, we have 7 correctly guessed to the upside, giving us an average upside accuracy of 63.63% with an averaged upside thrust of 28.998% over the span of 7.5 days. This is proof of work. We are looking at a short-term time frame. This is 4 hours, so this can likely happen within a session or 2, possibly 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply that upside thrust to the price action from our current position. Actually, one more thing before we do add that. The criteria to be met, in order for us to apply this actual metric, we do need both the volatility component of the BBWP and the moving average both to be pivoted to the downside and below the critical zone, which I mentioned before, the 90%. Alongside the stochastic momentum facing towards the upside, in which case we can then start applying the 28.998% to the upside. That is the criteria to be met. Another thing to remember is that this is not a certainty. These are statistical variables. They are there for us to be able to evaluate the higher probability in targets, right? Okay, so one more thing before we apply that is that I am not a financial advisor. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as a form of entertainment. I can't actually suggest for you to buy or sell any assets. I need you guys to do your own DD and we'll be okay. Now, for that long awaited, without any further ado, let's add that 28.998% to the upside and see what that gets us. So we are looking at some confluence with this is actually coming from an incorrect level. Let's do it from our current price position, which could be right over here. We'll make the green line land right at our target, which could be right here. And this green line we can remove now. Okay, so we are looking at a direct shot to our 1.618 golden ratio. This is very interesting because it's usually the ratio where market likes to take this to. So I'm talking about institutional traders, professional traders alike, all along different types of styles, swings, momentum, scalp style, long term. This is usually where we like to take the trade to. So we are looking at, let's see, 46 cents, 46.68, and the 1.618 is at 46.19. Very, very curious. Now we can also see that we do have some confluent targets as well. You can see that this implied projected target based on the statistical metrics is landing right where this wick low has touched, and also these candles have used it as a form of support, and you can see that this is support, resistance right here. So the target is definitely viable. We can absolutely see us taking the trade to there. We do have a few things on the way up, though. We do have the 7-day exponential moving average. We have the 10-day exponential moving average. This could be kind of a rocky road to the top. It is giving us an average of 7.5 days, please remember. So this is something that we do have to keep in mind. 7.5 days is what we're looking at. We are possibly not even at 1 yet because the criteria hasn't been met, like I said. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart and see what we have. It's going to be this one right over here. So on the 4-hour chart as well, I did notice that we're in a reversal signal called descending channel. Usually these formations present reversal of trend. We are, however, at the very, very bottom. So it looks like there could be some price action to the upside first. And this is an implied path that I drew right over here. This is the immediate short-term time frame that I'm looking at, that we can potentially move up based on this price action. I mean, this is a lot of sell pressure. You can see in the volume too, there's just massive red happening right over here. So the FFIE asset could still be in, per se, shock. Okay, so we could be facing immediate short-term upside to test this candle, the wick low, which is right at about 39.66, 39 cents. Which could also be in confluence with the exponential moving average 7-day period, in which case we could face a downside to test our support from the descending channel one more time before a continuation onto the upside and testing our golden zone. The golden zone will actually have to be cleared in order for us to continue onto the upside. The golden zone is usually between the 0.618 and the 0.382, which is why I'm suggesting a potential top of the 786 of 45.43, if not to the 0.618 at 43.45 before testing the 0.382 at 40 cents. Okay, so this can potentially happen within 2 or 3 trading sessions. Let's look at the RSI profile to see what we have. Okay, I have also made a drawing for the new viewers to look at. This is the bottom red zone is this bottom red zone, and the green zone is this top green zone for you to. I just don't want to have to explain the properties of my RSI, every single video. So let's look at the immediate short term. We are looking at the 30-minute time frame here, suggesting a continuation onto the upside and attempting to enter the bear strength percentile. Good thing is that the purple line, which represents the RSI signal, and the pink line that represents moving average have now made a bullish cross. We are above the moving average. Good sign. Okay, so this is the bi-hourly, suggesting a continuation onto the upside as well. Please keep in mind that we have been below this moving average the entire time. It could have been used as a form of a guide to the downside. So we do have to clear that still. Okay, the 6-hour RSI is suggesting, you can see that the pivot is starting to actually minimize. It's starting to get a little smaller. So which is very much in confluence to what I am speaking of, potentially testing this short-term upside to the 0.236 and the and this candle here, as alongside the EMA 7, which could be at about 39 cents before facing some downside for the following day or the end of Monday before a continuation to the upside. So, and now the daily is also suggesting downside, which makes me believe that that is even more the case. I want to take you to a single pane on the 12-hour RSI so you can see something very curious that I found. I have found, it's very hard to see here, but it is 4 drives It looks like 3, but these are 2 very close to each other here. So you can see that blue line, that blue circle here, and you can see the blue circle above here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 drives of bullish divergence, which is very much in accordance to us being at the bottom of this channel. So there could be an exponential move to the upside. We do need to be patient with this, though, as we do have a suggestion from the statistics of 7.5 days. Okay, so now as far as these indicators right over here, this is in partnership with myself and Crypstex Trading. These indicators can be available to you upon message. Just make sure to message me and I can give you the details as to how to acquire these. Okay, so this is the whale spotter indicator, which is an indicator comprised of a divergence indicator giving us, this is a bullish divergence that we're looking at here in the immediate short-term time frame, gives us a whale signal when it is confirmed and when it is when the asset waves start moving away from the downside. This can also work or serve as an RSI. And we're starting to get a diamond and a green notification here that the upside is near. Okay, it does have a money flow index indicating for money flow inward and then money flow outward, so buy and sell. This is the enhanced MACD also giving us buy and sell signals, and we can see right over here that we have a bull signal printed in the ARC enhanced MACD. So this is another form of, that I can consider as a validator of direction, right? So I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. Please remember that I'm not a financial advisor, okay? Please do your own DD, guys. We'll be okay. We can always discuss these analyses in Discord and on Twitter. But with that said, I wish you well, and I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the ARCap trading community on Discord. I'll catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.